What's up everyone, welcome back to J&B TV. Thanks for watching. So this video we're going to be doing a little bit of a how-to guide, if you want, for a place called Worthersee, which is a car show, car meet, car holiday in Austria. So we're going to start off with when to go, because that's a question we get asked a lot. So the actual GTI Treffen event in Worthersee this year is the 31st of May to the 2nd of June, but you usually go 2 weeks before that.
We fucked up last year.
Yeah, last year we went a week after because that was the only time we could go and there was like no one. So don't go a week after, go a week before.
Don't do it for the ground, just help me! It's spiky! Oh, help me!
Secondly, I'd say you've got to be organised. Like if you're not organised and you're driving halfway across Europe, it's like 2,500 miles. You need to have your shit sorted. You need to have all your paperwork, your passports, your licenses.
Do a checklist.
Yeah,
like,
checklist.
There's always that one person in that group who's the mum of the group.
I'm the mum. Yes, have a checklist, and on that you want things like MOT pass certificate to prove that the car's road legal for when you get pulled over, which probably will happen. Take copies of everything on your passport, your V5 to prove that you own the car, your driving license, photocopies of everything like I said, your insurance documents to prove you can drive abroad. This year we've been issued a green card by our insurance to say that we can drive through these countries.
I take copies of documents as well because the police are known to take things off of you. I thought you just said original.
No, I said photocopies.
I don't know.
So next up is how you get there. So we take the Eurotunnel instead of the ferry because it's quicker. I think it works out a little bit more expensive.
I've never been on the Eurotunnel. I've always been via ferry.
Yeah, we've always done Eurotunnel. Eurotunnel is a bit narrower, but it's a bit more car friendly, I think. We're going on that. It's quicker. It's about £77 each way, so about 150 quid return. Stopover wise, so it's always smart to stop over somewhere on the way to Austria because it's a long ass way. So we always stop over somewhere in Germany. Last year and the year before we did the Nürburgring, which is always fun.
When I went, I stopped in Stuttgart, which was just like a little town in Germany. But
It's quite a big town.
Well, I don't know.
Find out.
But we're stopping there this year and we're going to go to the Porsche Museum as well, which I haven't done.
No, I haven't done that either. So we're staying like 200 metres in a Mercure hotel, which was like £60 a night. And then we're going to go to the Porsche Museum. So to get to Stuttgart from Calais is about 7 hours. And then when you leave from Stuttgart to Wörthersee is about 5 hours. So you do the main stint on the way there and then you've got a 5-hour drive to get to Wörthersee. Now there are some tolls and stuff that you need to look out for. So there's a toll on the Austrian border, I believe. I think it's about 11 or 12 euros. But before that...
they're those ones where you have to literally hang out of your car.
Yeah, because obviously they're the wrong side. So you have to
get the money in.
It's right if you have a passenger. But before that, you need to go to a services and get Austrian road tax, which I think is about 20 euros. After that, about 20 minutes, half hour after that, you hit the BP, which is the Instagram famous BP garage, which looks over all of the Austrian mountains. And we'll drop a picture here, and it is unbelievable. The views are amazing.
This place?
Yeah, if you can see that.
I don't know if you can see that.
Might be able to see that.
And from then on, literally, the roads are insane. Yeah. It's just mountains everywhere. Oh,
yeah,
so
you go through tunnels after tunnel after tunnel
after tunnel. It's
tunnel.
one of the best part of the whole trip.
Yeah, it's absolutely unreal. And then all the views are amazing. And obviously it's fun going through tunnels when you have loud cars and shit. So, yeah, it's good fun.
When you finally arrive back with us in Wörthersee, we always get asked where to go.
You've got Velden, which is the main strip where the bars are, the restaurants, the big casino. Casino is the main thing. Also,
for our group, anyway.
For our group, yeah. There's some nice food places and bars and a main strip where all night, there'll be cars driving up and down, like a little bit of a parade type thing. And then you've got Faaker, which is where Turbo Curve is.
Faaker See.
Faaker See.
Literally Faake.
E-R-C-E-S-E-E. Yeah, these Austrian names. So yeah, you go there, and that's where Turbo Curve is. So it's a big bending curve where people drive quite fast.
Everyone does burnouts. There's usually a meet there in that car park.
Every day.
On the left, there's a meet there, and then across they do really good pizza.
Yeah, there's a couple of food places: ice cream, pizza, They do chips and shit. But yeah, and then you have the Any petrol station, which is in Reifnitz, some
so sorry if we're pronouncing
Austrian
all of these things wrong.
Yeah, sorry to all my European guys. I know a few of you will correct me on these names. But yeah, the Any petrol station, which again is a bit Instagram famous. The wash bays where it's just lined with people. People set up deck chairs.
The only good thing about when we went last year, because it was so quiet, was we just drove straight into the wash bays.
Yeah.
The Pyramidenkogel.
Something like that. The big spiral
what
tower
I described
thing.
as the really tall mountain with this tower on top.
Yeah.
That's where, isn't that the highest point? One of the highest points?
I think it's super high.
You get right all the way up to the top. You can go up the tower, look at the view. It's insane.
Yeah, it's like 800 metres high or something mad.
Go down the really fast slide.
Yeah, I think it costs like €10 or something, and you get in a lift, you go straight to the top, and you can see the whole of Wörthersee. After that, you got Alpenstraße. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but whatever. Alpenstraße. That's the Alpenstraße pass, I think. Anyway, that's a big ass mountain. At the bottom, there's a toll, and I think it's about €10, and then you go all the way to the top. Now, it's a bit of a test for people's cars, like it's good fun, and it's something like 2,000 feet high, and it's literally just hairpin after hairpin after hairpin, all the way to the top, and you get to the top, and there's a big car park where you can park, and then you just overlook all these views, all these mountains, Worthersee, just typical Austrian views. It's unbelievable. It's definitely something I'd recommend doing. Next up, what we get asked quite a lot is like, how bad are the police? I've heard so many horror stories. Now, I've never been stopped out there, to be fair, so I'm not like the best expert in the world. But I know a lot of people that have gone, and generally, if you're not driving stupidly low, stupidly loud, like stupidly fast in built-up areas like the Any or Velden, then generally you'll be okay. Yeah, they'll stop you and then fine you for stopping you. But generally you should be okay if you're not being too stupid. Don't try not to argue about, but know what you're talking about as well.
Yeah, if you know your facts and you know you're in the right, by all means stand your corner, fight your corner. But... And
a lot of the time, if you ask them to contact your insurance or your MOT provider, if they're questioning whether something's legal on your car, they'll kind of let it go because you're proving that you know what you're talking about. So make sure you've got a front number plate on because they will stop you for that. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. With the police, just try and be polite and not argue back too much.
Just try and stay out of their way.
And try and stay out of their way. That's what we've done.
It's quite difficult. But...
Yeah, but we've never been pulled, so you can do it. So yeah. So this is probably the most frequently asked and probably the most important question for a lot of people is, how much does it cost? I get asked a lot. We get asked a lot. How much does it cost? How much is fuel? How much is accommodation? How much is everything? Food, drink, the whole trip, whatever. So we've put together like a kind of breakdown of some costs. I'll put them in the comment below. Just a little breakdown. And we're also going to be doing
average costs. Yeah. Like what we found, because it's going to be different for everyone. It depends where you stay. Depends who you go with. Depends on your car. There's so many different factors, and I think it can help if you go in a big group and you get like a chalet or
that's what we've done.
We're staying in a house. The first year I went, we had an amazing apartment with like a balcony and a view over the lake. And because you're splitting the price, it's a lot cheaper than staying in a hotel.
We're going in the R8 and it's a straight pipe V8. And the fuel economy is not good. So it's going to cost us about 600 quid each.
We went in the S1 last year and it was so good.
It was so good.
I was so happy.
It's going to cost us about 600 quid each. This year is what I'm budgeting. I'm hoping it's going to be a bit less, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
I've saved no money.
Yeah, me neither.
I have no money to go.
We're just going to win it.
In our other video, everyone was like, oh, how are you so good at managing money?
Yeah, we don't. Accommodation. So I worked out per person for our whole trip. So the hotel for 2 nights on the way there, 7 nights in the big house when we're there, and 1 night at the Nürburgring on the way home is £635 per person. After that, you've got things like food and drink. So we're probably going to spend 200 quid
There's
per
loads
person.
of supermarkets out there. You can go and do a massive food shop and cook if
There's a
you're
big
staying in
Lidl,
a
I
house. Yeah, that's where we normally go, the big Lidl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can cook every night and then you're saving so much money.
Yeah, so we
And
did a
just eat
smart
out
thing.
once.
Well, it's not really smart, but Pollard, who's coming with us, used to be a chef. So he's our resident chef, staying in the house. And we literally do a food shop when we get there. 250, 300 euros over. Yeah, I know. Over 10, 12 people. And that's going to do us for the week. We're going to go out once or twice. So that's another 100 euros.
Steak. You have to try the steak.
In Velden.
There's a steak restaurant in Velden where it's like cobbled.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird. It's not like a road. It's like a cobbled street and there's restaurants and shops. And there's a steak restaurant. Oh my God.
It's unbelievable.
Best steak
Recommend highly.
ever.
Total, you're looking at about £800 each. £1,800 each, sorry. Not £800 each.
It's cheap.
£1,800 each for the whole trip, for the fuel, the accommodation, the food, the drink, the fines, all the shit. So
That's for our trip.
That's for our
time.
trip.
We're budgeting for about
You can go
£800
cheaper.
each.
You can go in cheaper cars. You can stay in cheaper places.
From about 1,500 up to 2 grand.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're staying, depending on your car, where you eat, what you do.
When the trip ends and you have to come home, which is the worst thing in the world, but inevitable, we're stopping at the Nürburgring this year, and we did last year and the year before. We stay at the on-site Nürburgring hotel, which is unbelievable. I think it's about £100 a night.
It's really cheap as well, and it's such a nice. It's like all the rooms are really decorated.
Yeah, and you walk in,
Right.
and in the lobby you've got a Porsche Cup car. You've got like a Formula 4 car in the actual hotel. It's sick. It's unbelievable. You can hear the ring. You can see the ring from your balcony. You can hear cars all the time. Definitely recommend staying there. And then after that, like, it's time to go. So you got to jump in the whips and go home. And then it's about... Jump in the whip. I think it's about 500 miles home from the Nürburgring. About 8-hour drive. Yeah, and then that's it. And then the trip's over. It's done. If you've got any questions, let us know.
Yeah. Make sure to give
See
us
you
a
later.
thumbs up.
Thumbs up, subscribe. Peace.
And we'll see you in the next one.